All right, everybody, welcome back. And this is gonna be some more One Piece content. I've been dropping it out and out. My nieces and nephews are here, so it's gonna be a little rambunctious in the background, a little rambunctious. But over these past couple weeks, I've been Let me get my gentleman's pose on because I'm talking about some serious shit today. These past couple weeks, I've been obsessively intaking all kinds of One Piece content, reading, watching, all of the above, really. Yeah, content creators. I've been watching a lot of content creators, researching, studying. I've been filling this mind with so much One Piece content that I don't know what to do except talk about it. So I came up with the idea. Why not let's get a Romance Dawn? It's been out for what, 2 decades now, so we're gonna see how it stacks up. This is gonna be kind of in depth. I took notes. I was reading the manga. I'm looking at every single page. I'm doing this, that. I watched a little bit of the anime, but not enough. I need to get back on my anime. And I took notes. I was in depth reviewing every single panel of every chapter, every page, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give you guys my in-depth review of Romance Dawn, where it started for all of us, the beginning of the journey, basically. Let's start off with Luffy's role model, Shanks, who instantly instills that needless killing does not make you a man. And I don't know if you guys remember this. This is the very first chapter of the manga. But Higuma the Berry, you may recognize that name. He starts trouble throwing like when this is went back when he starts throwing. He busts in on Shanks and the boys party, and Luffy's still a young lad, and he busts into this little, what do we call it, a bar? It's a bar. He threw that, and then he throws the bottle of liquor on Shanks. It very something quite minuscule to Shanks. He sees it's no problem to cause a fight over. He spills some liquor, so he starts cleaning it up. Higuma, of course, just he pushes it a little bit. He said, "Oh, so you like cleaning?" He just swipes it off of the desk of sorts, and this really triggered Luffy. Of course, as a kid, he's up to his role model, and he just got bullied by this nobody, Higuma, trying to act tough. Oh, I've killed 59 people. You're not shit compared to Shanks, buddy. But this is where Luffy kind of surprised me, like knowing his character. Now he walks out yelling at Shanks, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go find a real model. Like you're not strong. You're not who I should be looking up to." And of course, which leads to them finding out that Luffy ate the gum gum fruit because he's Shanks grabs him like, "Hold on, wait," and then Luffy stretches out to the end of the he stretches out to the end of the door, the bar where he was walking out. And this is where we have our infamous first body in One Piece, of course, by that man, that one, the only big body boy on Shanks' crew. At this point, I don't know what his name is. It might say in SBS in one of these. Since I'm reading the manga, I've been on some SBS. I'm reading the SBSs as I go and such. Anyway, first body in One Piece coming from Shanks himself, or his crewmate himself, which is where I was leading to. He's telling Luffy, needless killing does not make you a man. Yet he catches the first body not too long after this. And he kills, but not needlessly. It was for Luffy, of course. It was for his friend. And this is right away as Luffy, like, he instills that into his brain right away. Needless killing does not make you a man, but killing, if it's for someone harming your family, your friends, or something you believe in, I mean, it's not okay. But in this consequence, they threaten Shanks first of all, anyway. So he catches that body, and it's to protect Luffy. It's to save him. Even just being in the story so early, it just resonates with me. What can I? You can't really say much other than it truly inspires. Every time I put a chapter down, I want to implement a part of Luffy and his mindset and goals into my own life, daily life. I just want to I feel inspired, and that's a good thing to feel when you're reading a story. You want to feel inspired to do something or improve yourself or change the way you think about life. Sometimes. And so that's even like early on these first early chapters. No mangas really hit me like as early as this one. Maybe there's some out there that do like or impact you in a way, but not impactful like this. Like Attack on Titan, you get impacted in the first episode too. Just like a wow factor. It has that wow factor to it. This didn't have like the extreme wow factor. It just has people you could relate to and people you want to like and people you want to follow. I can't review the beginning without talking about our main man, Straw Hat Luffy, who very quickly gets to pass on his courage and ambition to a young and weak Kobe, who had been a slave to Alvida for 2 years before Luffy shows up to show him that following your dreams is something you should be willing to die for. Of course, we know Luffy's dream, King of the Pirates, and he's willing to die for that for sure. And he comes upon Kobe on the island, on this island with Alvida and a pirate group. He's been trapped there since he was young. He's still young, but he's just a small, weak kid, weak-minded at the moment. And Luffy pulls up and completely changes him, damn near instantly, quite literally within minutes of meeting Luffy. And he meets and inspires Kobe to follow his dreams of joining the Navy, and he just wraps up Alvida way quicker in the manga. Like just a gum gum pistol, and boom, we're back at sea. Next chapter with Kobe joining Luffy for the time being, anyway. But that in the manga, I love this in the manga. Just you know, he pulls up on the island. It happens in one chapter. He pulls up on the island. He meets this young little kid who's been trying to get off this island, looking for a boat. Kobe shows him his boat, and Alvida pulls up on him. Kobe's like, "This is." Luffy's like, "This is you've been afraid of?" Kobe's like, "Yeah." It's like, I'm a little kid. I'm weak. I can't do nothing to be here. Get out of here. She'll kill me." And Luffy's like, "Well, we can't have that now, can we? Because I need to get off this island, and she sure as hell ain't stopping me from my dreams and my goals right here." And boom, she just gets bodied. Luffy one hit KOs her. Boom, we're on to the next. In the anime, you've he deals with Alvida in the first. It's one episode, one manga chapter, but 20 minutes versus reading this shit in 5 is just totally different. It just flies by. It makes it you just wrap her up. It makes you feel Luffy and how strong he is really when he just deals with someone like that quick and inspires someone that quick like Kobe. So it just goes to show Luffy is Jesus, basically. That's all that I'm trying to get at here. Now that we got Kobe and Luffy, our journey continues and we meet my main man, Zoro. Luffy finally arrives on the island holding Zoro thanks to Kobe's help because he's not quite the navigating type. Luffy says later, like, yeah, I just float. That's been doing me good so far. I just float. But yeah, he goes to the island holding Zoro captive and he's searching for his first crew member. So who better than Zoro? Because we know no one's better than Zoro. He's made out before they get there though. He's made out to be some demonic beast by everybody who's mentioned him so far. Alvida I think mentions him. Kobe, just random like pirates around here. There's a demonic beast, and he's tied up. Luffy's like, yeah, well, I want to see what he's like. He seems strong. If he's a good guy, then he's gonna be my crew member. Not even meeting him yet, which is awesome. But which is far from the truth, is Zoro's not really a demonic beast. When we first meet him, he's tied up at this marine base on the island, Captain Morgan's Island. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I haven't got a name for the island. I don't remember the name, but it's Captain Morgan's Island. He wants Zoro on his crew. But where he does decide is that they go back, they're eating, and Luffy discovers the reason Zoro's in prison is he protected the girl from Gordon Ramsay. I mean, Helmeppo. He has rampant dogs running around. We have a little flashback to him. He has some rampant little mongrels running around town, causing drama, shit like this. And Zoro like takes care of dogs. He slashes them because they were attacking the little girl that was feeding him rice balls. So Luffy understands that Zoro's just a good guy. He's got a tough shell, though. At this point, I think after he hears that story, yeah, like he's a good guy. He protected this girl out of his just a goodwill. He saved the town from these rampant dogs. He's a good guy. I'm gonna ask. He's gonna join my crew. I'm gonna tell him to join my crew. So at the end of this chapter, we get a very satisfying hit though on Gordon Ramsay, as he's bragging about tricking Zoro after Luffy hears the story of how Zoro's locked up, he's bragging about tricking Zoro, and his execution is actually in 3 days. So he tricked him, getting to tie him up for a month, and they're about to execute him. So Luffy just merely rocks him to the next chapter, basically. And I'm gonna take it at a little stopping point right here to talk about corruption, early One Piece corruption. So on the Marine side, the, we quickly established the corruption of the Navy with Morgan, Captain Morgan, or Gordon Ramsay Sr. He has an inflated ego just because of his rank as a captain of the Marines. Being the highest rank on the island, he believes that he's the greatest and nobody should be allowed to defy any orders. And we see this time and time again. You defy me, you get killed. He slashes count I can't even count, but he for sure slashes down just like 2 or 3 Marines just for denying simple orders. Or he tells one of the Marines to go kill that little girl that fed rice balls, and he's like, dude, I can't kill this little girl. Of course, why? Who's gonna do that really, unless you're a psychopath like Morgan? And so he defies that order. Boom, cut down. And there's a couple things that happen like that, but that's just the one that I could think of off the top of my head. And he believes that he's the greatest on this island. Like nobody could touch him just because of his rank of captain. He's the highest rank. He's the greatest around. Like shit. Like it's it's incredible how this guy thinks, really. And everyone on the island is totally scared of him. Koby sees how villainous some Marines can be, vowing that he will be the hero that people can rely on to protect them and not be scared. When he joins the Marines, he wants to be somebody that people can look up to. He wants to be the opposite of Captain Morgan. This is the first interaction he's like had with Marines, I would assume, and he sees a very corrupted one in Morgan, just completely power drunk, thinks he's everything. So on the other scale, pirates, which I don't know if you could call a pirate corrupted. They're pirates at the end of the day. They know what they're really doing, but it's kind of on the opposite scale of the spectrum. So we expect a pirate to be known, or they are depicted as thieves, and they hurt others to benefit themselves and steal and stuff like this. But on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, we have pirates like Luffy and Shanks who flip it on its head, and they fight to protect these villages, their friends, people too weak to fight for themselves. Luffy's liberating towns and cities left and right. He's making friends. He's inspiring people, and that's just what you don't expect from a pirate, really. And I'm sure a lot of these people in One Piece aren't expecting this. When they run into Luffy, they're like, "You're a pirate? Like really?" So yeah, and it's like Luffy is I'm telling you, Luffy is Jesus. He's freeing people. He's liberating people. He's Jesus, and but he does it for his own reasons. He doesn't just want to be seen as like a hero like Kobe does. He just want to be seen the hero pirate coming around saving people from corrupted navy, just like terrible bad pirates and stuff like that. He has his own reasons. He fights for his friends, his dream, stuff like that. And if he sees someone bad doing bad stuff to innocent people, like he's not a hero. He wouldn't call himself a hero, but he's a hero. So like he'll take care of that. You know, like he's gonna do what he can to liberate the people. And this is where I get to Kobe's dream. Against Morgan, we see that Kobe's dream clearly is to be in the Navy and be someone that people can look up to, a hero, saving people. He wants to liberate people as well, just like Luffy does, I would suppose. Because he's just Luffy comes in and just completely inspires Kobe. Like I feel like Luffy is to Kobe what Shanks was to Luffy as like a kid. And Morgan's just getting pummeled by Luffy. Like once they start fighting, Luffy's just pummeling him completely, which is well deserved. And he orders all the Marines to shoot themselves in the head because they wouldn't attack Zoro because they got bodied by Zoro. And he's like, "Yo, first one to move. Come on, who wants it?" And they're like, "Yeah, I don't want that smoke with you, Zoro." And none of them move. And he's like, "Okay, well, y'all put the guns to your head and pull the trigger when I say fire." Luffy's like, "You're fighting me. Don't make them like you're not about. Y'all don't have to do that." And I just like this moment reading it because Luffy says to him, he's like, "You're ruining Kobe's dream," and I like that because this To me, Luffy was just fighting him to get Zoro on his crew, and because he was standing in his way. But I think he would have fought him anyway, even if like Zoro's not here and Kobe and just Luffy and Kobe ran into this island by themselves. I think he would have fought him because he's seeing corruption first of all, but also he's seeing I'm inspiring this kid, and like Kobe's vowed to follow his dream just like I have, and that's powerful. That's a treasure. So he was fighting for Kobe's dream also, not just Zoro to be like on his crew, but he's fighting to protect the future of the Marines, even if they are the sworn enemy of pirates, which is a powerful thing to me. And it goes to the point that Luffy will die for his own dream and to protect any of his friends' dream. It doesn't get more heroic than that. Jesus. He's Jesus. He's Jesus. Besides it. But the first volume leaves us off at Orangetown, of course, where we meet Nami and some pirates who seem to be chasing after her for stealing their captain's map of the Grand Line. And that's a big deal. Who do these pirates follow, though? Of course, the one, the only, the vicious, the unredeemable. No, he's not unredeemable. Let me relax. But Captain Buggy, we all know they follow Captain Buggy, and this is our first opposing threat in the One Piece world with the Devil Fruit, and that's where I'm gonna call it Romance Dawn, because we're getting to Orangetown. I mean, this may be considered Romance Dawn because it's Nami and such, but I'm gonna leave this right here because I just really wanted to go in depth in on this, on dreams and how Luffy inspires people, and just like where this story started. I would call Orangetown the like its own little arc, and Romance Dawn is everything leading up to Orangetown to me. So that was my review of Romance Dawn. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and next we're gonna be diving deep into Orangetown and what comes after Orangetown. Y'all let me know your thoughts though down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and go reread Romance Dawn. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate y'all, and I just want to re-inspire those to get back into the early game of One Piece, because it's truly beautiful, and it's you just get to see where these characters mind, like their how they've changed since meeting Luffy and what Luffy does to people. And that's what I really wanted to cover: how Luffy changes people, how he inspires us too, like as a fandom, as fans of it. Like he inspires all of us, I'm sure. I would hope so, because he surely has inspired me in a different way, and his mindset just really captures what a good person is. He's just a good being, and I love that about it. But yeah, Zoro's just a goat. Anyway, though, y'all make sure to let me know down in the comments what you think about Romance Dawn. How does it compare in today's standards? How do you feel about it when you first read it compared to reading it now or going over it now? And I just hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if y'all want to see more content like this, and I will go see you guys in the next one. Peace out.